Most military aircraft, research aircraft and some small commercial airplanes are equipped with ejection seats to allow pilots to escape from damaged or malfunctioning airplanes. Ejection seat is a system designed to rescue the pilot or other crew of an aircraft. The modern layout for an ejection seat was first introduced by Romanian inventor Anastas Dragomir in the late 1920s. The design featured a parachuted cell, a dischargeable chair from an aircraft or other vehicle. It was successfully tested on 25 August 1929 at the Paris-Orly airport near Paris and in October 1929 at Băneasa, near Bucharest. Dragomir patented his catapult-able cockpit at the French Patent Office. The design was perfected during World War II. Prior to this, the only means of escape from an incapacitated aircraft was to jump, clear, bail out, and in many cases this was difficult due to injury, the difficulty of egress from a confined space, G-forces, the airflow past the aircraft, and other factors. The first ejection seats were developed independently during World War II by Heinkel and Saab. Early models were powered by compressed air, and the first aircraft to be fitted with such a system was the Heinkel He-280 prototype jet engine fighter in 1940. One of the He-280 test pilots, Helmut Schenk, became the first person to escape from a stricken aircraft with an ejection seat on 13 January 1942 after his control surfaces iced up and became inoperative. The fighter was being used in tests of the Argus as O-14 impulse jets for V-1 flying bomb development. It had its usual Heinkel HS-8A turbojets removed, and was towed aloft from the Erprobungsstelle central test facility of the Luftwaffe in Germany by a pair of Messerschmitt Bf 110C tugs in a heavy snow shower. At 7,875 feet, 2,400 meters, Schenk found he had no control, jettisoned his towline, and ejected. The He-280 was never put into production status. The first operational type built anywhere to provide ejection seats for the crew was the Heinkel He-219 Uhu night fighter in 1942. The standard ejection system operates in two stages. First, the entire canopy or hatch above the aviator is opened, shattered, or jettisoned, and the seat and occupant are launched through the opening. In most earlier aircraft this required two separate actions by the aviator, while later egress system designs, such as the Advanced Concept Ejection Seat Model 2, ACES 2, perform both functions as a single action. Ejection seats are placed into the cockpit and usually attached to rails via a set of rollers on the edges of the seat. During an ejection, these rails guide the seat out of the aircraft at a predetermined angle of ascent. Like any seat, the ejection seat's basic anatomy consists of the bucket, back and headrest. Everything else is built around these main components. In the event of an ejection, the catapult fires the seat up the rails, the rocket fires to propel the seat higher, and the parachute opens to allow for a safe landing. In some models, the rocket and catapult are combined into one device. These seats also double as restraint systems for the crew members both during an ejection and during normal operation. Ejection seats are just one part of a larger system called the assisted egress system. Egress means a way out, or exit. Another part of the overall egress system is the plane's canopy, which has to be jettisoned prior to the ejection seat being launched from the aircraft. Not all planes have canopies. Those that don't will have escape hatches built into the roof of the plane. These hatches blow just before the ejection seat is activated, giving crew members an escape portal. Seats are activated through different methods. Some have pull handles on the sides or in the middle of the seat. Others are activated when a crew member pulls a face curtain down to cover and protect his or her face. In the next section, you will find out what happens once the seat is activated. When a crew member lifts the pull handle or yanks the face curtain down on the ejection seat, it sets off a chain of events that propels the canopy away from the plane and thrusts the crew member safely out. Ejecting from a plane takes no more than 4 seconds from the time the ejection handle is pulled. The exact amount of time depends on the seat model and the crew member's body weight. Pulling the ejection handle on a seat sets off an explosive cartridge in the catapult gun, launching the ejection seat into the air. As the seat rides up the guide rails, a leg restraint system is activated. These leg restraints are designed to protect the crew members' legs from getting caught or harmed by debris during the ejection. An underseat rocket motor provides the force that lifts the crew member to a safe height, and this force is not outside normal human physiological limitations. Prior to the ejection system launching, the canopy has to be jettisoned to allow the crew member to escape the cockpit. There are at least 3 ways that the canopy or ceiling of the airplane can be blown to allow the crew member to escape. Bolts that are filled with an explosive charge are detonated, detaching the canopy from the aircraft. Small rocket thrusters attached on the forward lip of the canopy push the transparency out of the way of the ejection path. So avoid the possibility of a crew member colliding with the canopy during ejection. Some egress systems are designed to shatter the canopy with an explosive. This is done by installing a detonating cord or an explosive charge around or across the canopy. When it explodes, the fragments of the canopy are moved out of the crew member's path by the slipstream. Planes without canopies will have an explosive hatch. Explosive bolts are used to blow the hatch during an ejection.